That's okay. It's a deal. I gotcha.
Good evening and welcome to the Girlfriend Minute. I am Shar.
And I'm Pascal.
How are you this evening, Pascal?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you.
You look
How was your
cozy.
I am trying to be cozy, yes. This is
Yeah.
the drafty room. I have a little heater going and I have a blanket around me till the chill is out. And
Yeah.
yeah, you know,
Well, you need that sometimes, especially when there's a little chill happening, because it's
yeah,
very cold here, so I get it.
I just don't understand this room. My son's room's right next door and they share the same two walls. And hers is like you're walking into a different zone altogether. And
Yeah,
so
that's
they both have newer windows. I mean, they're not brand new, but they're, 6, 7 years old. It's not the original windows, so there should be no drafts. It's just feels cooler and draftier in here. Something I don't know what it
maybe.
is.
Maybe they didn't insulate the walls properly when they were putting everything up. Who
Well, the
knows?
the house was built in '77. This is a block wall. This is an outer wall.
Ah, okay.
So I don't know if anything can be done about it now unless I re-drywall and put up some kind of thin insulation
Right.
board. That's another project. I
Yeah,
have thought about
the
it though.
heater works right now. So,
Yeah, it does. It does. It
yeah,
does. So,
that's it.
how was your day?
My day was good. My day was good. I got to spend a little time at home, relaxing before I went to work. So that's always good. Got to take care of my face and wash my face really good, put a mask on, do all that girly stuff that we do. And that made me feel good. So then I decided to go with mascara. And I was like, okay, let's put mascara on. So I did.
More effort
And
than I make any day.
yeah, well, it just, I'm used to that.
It
So
makes
it
you feel
just
good.
makes me
Yeah.
feel good.
I can't
Yeah.
do it anymore. I used to wear mascara. I can't do it. It makes my
Yeah.
eyes, I just want to rip them out.
Rip
And
them out.
it
Yeah. There's
doesn't
people like
matter
that.
what brand I use, if it's organic, whatever. It doesn't matter. I've tried multiple brands. It's not worth the money and effort. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Definitely.
Um, but yeah, so you know what I did today?
What?
I did for the first time. Do not laugh at me. I I I had a scalp treatment.
Ooh. You did it
So
yourself or you got it done?
I yeah no I paid.
You paid. Okay.
Yeah, I paid. My esthetician um she told me about her friend who does this because I actually asked her. I
Yeah.
always feel like I get buildup and stuff, and I always feel like
Oh,
using
sure.
the wrong shampoo, and it's just it's not my hair's not healthy. My hair's healthy. I have no split ends. I'm always told your hair's healthy. You take good care of it. I do. Um, so I had a conversation with the girl. It's just her and the girl who owns it. She's Ukrainian too. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I just feel like I've been trying different shampoos, and I don't know if that's it. So you go in, they analyze your scalp. So they take this camera wand and they put it on your scalp all over, and you see
Okay.
it on the screen. And it's first of all, scalps are not pretty up close and magnified. Just want to clarify. Not a fan of follicles, and the hair's coming out of them. It just doesn't look right. Anyway, so it really doesn't.
No, well, thank God we can't really magnify it and
Yeah,
see
I'm
it
like,
for
what
real.
is that? Why does that look like that? What is? She said.
Is something
Yeah,
wrong with my scalp?
I've never having seen one up close and personal like that. I didn't know. So, anyways, I had very little buildup in areas,
Mm-hmm.
but my scalp is healthy. I've actually been told that by the hairdresser and stuff, but I just don't like any of the shampoos. So,
Uh-huh.
it was like an hour and a half treatment.
Oh,
Oh,
nice though.
yeah, let me
I
tell
bet it
you.
was amazing.
It was, people playing with your hair and rubbing your scalp. First of all, I just don't even have the words. I just,
Ah, I'd be snoring.
yeah, it was close. It was
Yeah.
close. It's better than anything. And so, and so, they're like, you have some buildup and it gets in the follicles, especially if you get a little oily, and I do and stuff. So that's
Sure.
partly what I'm feeling. So it's kind of like washing your face. You double wash. I double wash my face. I use two different,
Mm-hmm.
every day it's double wash
So do I. Yeah. I'm
and
like
at a
you.
time. And
Yeah.
so she's like, you treat the scalp the same way as your face. So that was, okay, fine. Now I know that. And then people put castor oil in there. Sometimes I sleep with hemp oil in my hair. And
Sure.
she's like, that's good. That helps, make this follicle area, the root, the hair stronger and stuff. Rinsing it through any of the oils like castor or coconut or um, the hemp,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't do any good using it like a conditioner in the shower.
Mm-mm.
Conditioner is really just for detangling. It's not beneficial to the scalp or anything, so they don't recommend putting conditioner on the scalp at the roots like they tell you all these years. That's what clogs and leaves a little bit of residue.
Sure.
Um, so they only use it at the ends. So I was like, okay, sometimes I just use it at the ends. Now I know to do that all the time if I use
Okay.
any at all. And so if you're going to use any oils in your hair for conditioning purposes and you want the benefits of hair strengthening and hair growing, like castor and hemp, jojoba, or whatever they call that, and
Mm-hmm.
coconut stuff, sleep in it. The minimum is 3 hours. If you're home and you can wear it for 3 hours, wear it for 3 hours. But just running it through your hair as a conditioner, that's all you're doing. It's not beneficial. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have time to do what it needs to do, which makes sense,
Right.
you know, because it's not really a conditioner. It's an oil. It's a different
It's yeah.
consistency. It's different everything. So, and then they want me to use jojoba with like rosemary or tea tree and put it in there
Oh
once a
yes.
week and scrub it in and let it sit while doing stuff around the house. Not a 10-minute deal. They want me to double shampoo and they want me to double shampoo every other day. So it was interesting. And then I bought an exfoliating shampoo to use once or twice a week. I'm going to start off using it once a week and we're just going to make some adjustments and I'm going to see how my scalp feels. I don't like feeling like it's just getting clogged with all this residue. And I use conditioner because I was always raised to believe that conditioner softens and helps keep your hair soft and shiny and stuff. So, I'm rubbing it in and stuff. They're like, yeah, don't do that. But it clogs
Oh
your
yeah.
follicles and stuff. And then that limits and slows down the hair growth.
Right.
So, they double wash, they give you different kinds of treatments and stuff. And then they redo that wand camera. What a difference.
Really?
Yeah, what a difference.
Wow. That's very
Mhm.
interesting. So
Mhm.
what did she do to clean you and cleanse your scalp? So like walk me through that.
Well, she first of all, the hair care products are from Japan.
Okay.
So you're going to tell you right there, it's a different quality.
Of course.
As with like Eminence from Switzerland, that's a totally different quality than what you get here. I mean, that's just the way it is in other countries.
It
So
is, yeah.
it is. That's just a fact. So, they did a double wash. They did a mask.
So
They use
do you
essential
lay down?
oils. Oh, you lay on a table like you're at the esthetician, and
Yeah.
the headpiece is a black rubber piece and has holes,
Okay.
and um, it
Are you
has a
face down or are
arch.
you back?
Your face up,
Face up.
you're on
Okay.
your back, and there's this round thing that water sprays out of, and they use warm water, and they have a handheld. And I mean, they're just in there scrubbing. They turn your head, they scrub the back, they do it all twice, and massage. You get a mini facial. They do up here and cleanse. They do your arms and hands, and it was just so good and relaxing. But it's products from Japan. Plus, they use essential oils from DoTerra in with the stuff, and it just felt really good. And I got my
Probably
mini
felt
facial.
super clean. Yeah.
Oh, my hair right now, I mean, it looks awful because I put it back. They give you a scrunchie because they don't want you pulling your hair tight. It's
Mm-mm.
also not good to let your hair air dry. Did you know that?
Yes, I
I did
did.
not.
You did not? Oh,
Did
yeah.
not. So they're
Yeah.
like, don't go to bed with wet hair because it will
No.
get fungus. I never go to bed with wet hair. I said my hair's unruly as it is, so you add wet hair and sleeping on it, and it's just not good in the morning.
No. It's
There's,
terrible.
it's awful. It's god awful. It's just,
I've done it because I was so
yeah,
exhausted the one
yeah,
time. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm just
yeah.
gonna do it.
And it's just all over the place. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awful. So, but I do let it air dry in the morning. So they use a Dyson hair dryer. That's
Mm-hmm.
expensive. They said it is. It
Very.
it dries hair differently.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't come out like a normal hair dryer that we grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a softer drying process. It's not you cook it on high and your hair. They don't do
It's
that.
flowing all over.
But all over the place. Yeah, no, don't do that. And they just dry the roots a little bit to give it a head start, and then they let the
Yes.
rest air dry.
Yeah.
And they put some argan oil at the ends. But they're like you can't just always leave it completely wet to let it drip dry. It's not healthy for it. And the fungus being the main thing, you may not
The
see
main
it.
factor. Yeah.
Some people do it all the time that their hair actually smells a little bit like fungus when you're close to it. So you
Mm-hmm.
may not smell it because it's down and not up, but they're just like it's not really good. So to slightly give it a head start and dry the
Okay.
roots. So my Christmas present to myself is I ordered a Dyson hair dryer today.
Oh, very good. Very good.
It better be.
Very good.
And it
Well,
came in
I
a
heard
neat
it was.
blue color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard it was amazing. So, I mean, I don't use that, but I use something else that has like an ion thing. And just
I
because
have
I have
one.
curly hair,
Yeah.
I do a diffuser
Yeah.
instead of using the Dyson. But I've heard it was
Well,
amazing.
it comes with all these different attachments
Yeah,
plus a diffuser.
yeah,
It comes with these other weird looking attachments. It tells you how to use them and stuff. But she's like, it's best to, and they use the Dyson because the air doesn't come out the way that it does in a traditional hair dryer, which is better
right.
for the hair.
Hmm.
Believe it or not, they said. And so, and they recommend I see them every 3 months. I'm going back in March. Give me
Okay.
something to look forward to, and I'm going to try the products and see how it goes, and then they're going to look at my scalp again, and we'll see what it looks like
Oh
when I go
God.
back.
I'm sure it'll be nice and clean. Don't worry. Is it costly?
It was 160
Oh,
for an
that's
hour and
not
a
bad.
half. It's when you consider the facial, like she washed my face a couple of times, and then she put a mask on that was just tingly and bubbling all over, which is similar to what the Tatiana uses.
Okay.
And she left that. I mean, the bubbles got really. And then they're doing the hair, and they're doing up here, and they're doing your arms and your shoulders and the back and stuff. I mean, they do the whole. It was, it's worth it, and it has
Oh,
nothing to do.
yes.
I didn't do it because my hair's unhealthy, because my hair's not unhealthy, and actually my scalp is really healthy. It just had a little bit of residual, and they said they've seen mine was minimal,
Oh
but
my
yes, you
God, I
do
can
you
only
do feel
imagine.
it, and
I
I
can
feel
only
it.
imagine what they've seen under that picture,
Yeah,
that little
when there's flaking and
camera.
stuff that requires more. It's not pretty.
Sure.
It really.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, why does it look like that over here? Like that's
Yeah.
good blood flow, and now over here you're not seeing it as much because you have some residual stuff. We'll get that all off. I'll check it again,
Sure.
and stuff. So it was just it was interesting to see.
So what's
And
the
when
technical name for the person who does this?
well, she's an esthetician.
Oh, okay. She just specializes in doing that
Correct.
as well. Okay.
She's done
Got it.
training, specific training with this company from Japan for it. She's a neat young girl. She's been to Iceland, and we were talking about, when people like worry about their face, but you got to worry about your scalp. It's all over. It's the
Yeah.
same. It's the same. Just because there's hair growing out of it doesn't make it any different. You should care
Sure.
for it and treat it the same way. And you should know what you're doing because you don't want to clog the follicles. That's the big difference. So, yeah, when your follicles are not plugged, they're just these. It's not pretty. I was like, ew.
Ah,
So, did you know in Iceland they don't even have fast food? No such thing.
oh, get out.
Nope. She says it's amazing.
Really?
It's amazing. hmm
Good for them. Why
They don't
would you
have
have
chain
fast food?
restaurant. Yeah, right. They don't have chain
Yeah,
restaurants. They're all like individually owned mom and pop places.
I
And then
love that.
if you don't eat dinner by 7 o'clock, you're SOL. Everything starts to shut down because they don't. work like Americans all crazy hours and kill themselves. They want to enjoy life too.
Absolutely.
And like I told her, we have a lot to learn from other countries. And one of it being
Yes.
health, eating well. You go to Tatiana, my esthetician, her husband, they were traveling for the summer, and one place they were was Switzerland. And he posted, he does media production. He posted, honey, we're eating gas station food, and he made a video of the gas station food. It's prettier than the Publix produce department.
No, get out.
It's gorgeous.
Wow.
The food is amazing.
Yeah.
And
See?
here you just get these dried up, shriveled up hot dogs. Everyone thinks is great at the 7-Eleven thing that's been spinning for 20 hours.
Right. Yeah. No kidding.
So you got to raise your standards a little and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to accept this. So yeah, in other countries, there's some things we need to learn about our health. So in Iceland, they do not have fast food or chain restaurants. They don't do it.
That's a very good, interesting
Kudos
fact.
to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't
Hmm.
believe in those either. I'm like, I mean, here you get used to it and it's different, but your first thought is like if you're busy or doing something, I need to hurry up and grab something to eat. But over there, they take their time.
Well,
Like you said, they
you go to
enjoy
the gas
life.
station, you grab something to eat. It's nothing but fresh produce.
Correct. Yeah.
There's people
It's
there
still
working the
healthy.
bars.
Yeah.
They're like fresh made. I mean, it's an entirely different. So maybe we need to look into something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I would love
Because
that.
someone's got to be the change around here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quit talking about it and expecting others to do it for you. Be the person to do it.
Exactly. 100%. 100%.
You
Yeah.
know. So
Well,
I mean, it's so.
well, what a wonderful experience, though. I think I'm going to look into that over here and maybe see if I could find someone to do that. Still looking about the maybe they're a one-stop shop, esthetician, the one that I can look up over here near me, and maybe they
Oh,
do something like that as a
it's
one-stop
a head
shop. So
spa. It's a head spa. They have 2 rooms. They have the 2 tables and that's it. And it's just the
that's
two of them.
amazing.
And they're booked out for months, a few
I'm
months at a
sure.
time.
Yeah, I would love
So
to do
yeah,
that. I'm gonna look
it's
stuff up tomorrow and do it. I'm gonna get on
it's
that.
therapeutic. It's like taking care of your face and everything else, what you eat and blah blah blah. So absolutely. So
Very
and
good.
then
Nice.
we always chat before we record, and you had
We
asked me
do.
about the gift bags behind
Yes.
me.
Yes.
So my coworkers, those are from the people I supervise. So we just, we're we're new at this clinic,
Mm-hmm.
and we just got this little. Someone bought a little 1 cup Keurig machine, which is cute, but
Yeah.
there's like 22 of us, so maybe at some point I will be the one to spend the money to get a bigger Keurig and make life a little easier. You fill up the well of water and not have to look for a little anyway. So
Correct. Yes.
we all typically at Diagnostic Clinic had our own supplies of stuff in our squares or in our desk drawers. We had our own coffee mugs, and sometimes we had a little bottle of like Dawn soap for washing them because we had hot and cold
Sure.
water, and we had, hot chocolate packets or tea packets or, just whatever. We had our own stashes and stuff. So I had the idea to get coffee mugs for everyone so they could make, because we were freezing, so we can make hot chocolate
Mm-hmm.
or tea, or you can make your coffee, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee, so that doesn't apply to me. So, and I thought, I'll be creative in a sense that I'll buy them with their initials on them. So they can have their work coffee mug, and if they leave it at the sink drying, it has M on it for Megan or whoever.
Sure.
So the coffee mug I wanted was at Target.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, I'll run out and I'll go get these and get that part of it done. I'll pick up some gift bags from the dollar store, and then I'm gonna put things in the coffee mug. So
Right.
I go to Largo Mall Target last Monday, and they only have the A and the M I need.
Oh God.
None of the other letters of the alphabet that I needed,
Of
because
course.
that's my luck. So then
Right.
I go home, eat dinner. It's like, okay, I'm on a mission now. I'm going to go to where Pinell Square Mall used to be and go to the Target out there. It's a little bigger Target. Surely,
They'll have
they'll
it there.
have all the letters I need. They have all the letters I need but O for Olga.
Oh,
So I buy them because I thought, okay, this is close.
right.
So I'm going to hit one more Target on the way home, and surely they will have the O. No, they did not, by the way. They did not have the O.
Gosh.
So now I'm like, oh, you're not winning. I'm going to win this battle, not you,
Yes.
Target. And you look at the ones at Walmart, and they have speckles on them. They look like they had like the measles or something. I just didn't like them. So,
Right.
I go online, and they have the O online. I'm like, fantastic. Add to cart. Okay. Now you got to pay shipping. So if you want it shipped for free, by the way, the mugs are only $5 each. So you have to spend $35. I'm like, okay, well, I'll do a little Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Kill two birds with one stone. Get something for the
Sure.
babies, and then get her mug. Well, lo and behold, as you add things to the cart, things were on sale, so the price would drop.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I was gonna buy the baby some jammies for Christmas because I always do. So like I put a jammy in the cart that I liked from Milani, and the price would drop to $1.21 for that pajama
Okay.
instead of it being $8. I'm like, oh come on, I'm trying to get the $35. That mug, in the end, by the time I added jammies for him and got little Milani a little denim jacket, and Aziel some little underwear and stuff like that. Her mug was 82 cents. Some of the jammies were $1 something.
Oh, get out.
I had to shop to get the free shipping because probably the shipping on the mug would have been more than the mug itself nowadays.
Yeah.
Because it's heavy, it's ceramic,
Yeah.
So I did get some stuff for the kids out of the way, and
Okay,
so
well, there you go.
it took me forever to get the mug. So then I found these little hot cocoa packets. They're 1 ounce, 1 drink hot cocoa packets. So each mug has one of those.
Yes.
And then I ordered some tea online from the
Mm.
tea shop. And I ordered 3 flavors. And so I had 45 little satchels.
Yeah, satchels. Yeah,
Satchels coming. All of a sudden I couldn't say it.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, that's a lot. So there's 3 different flavors. So they each got a flavor in their mug. And then
Oh,
I got them
nice.
some little shortbread cookies to put in their mug. And then I got them some little individual, I got them a chocolate peppermint thing. And then I got them some other chocolates from Europe from Sprouts today. 3 different flavors in the bag. So I put one of each of those flavors in the mug, and that's their little Christmas gift.
Oh, that's cute, though. That's a good gift.
A little
That's
thoughtful,
a really good gift.
something
Yes.
you use at work. You can have a little snack at work, and you can have
Absolutely.
a little tea or a little Starbucks hot chocolate.
Yeah. No, that's
And
a great gift. That's very good. Yeah.
That was
Just
my
took you a lot to get there.
for the letter O.
But you persevered and
I
you
did.
it.
I was determined to not let this ruin what I wanted to do.
No, you did. You absolutely won the battle there.
Took a while.
Yeah,
So.
but it's okay. You won. That's what matters.
I did. I had to close my door because someone opened it. Four-legged fur child. He's like, I'm gonna open this door and see what my mother's doing in there.
Yes.
And why she's not out here cuddling me.
Who's she
She's not out here cuddling me, right? What's going on in there? Don't make me come in.
Exactly.
Getting rowdy.
Oh, he'll probably keep you nice and warm.
Yeah, he's 80 pounds of cuddle.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
okay. Well,
so
you did your thing.
I
So
did
that was
my
good.
thing. So I feel very accomplished.
Very good. You're
Very
way ahead of me.
I
Haven't done anything.
I got some things for Aziel. Milani's birthday's the 14th. She will be 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to do a photo shoot with her at a friend's house. And then I don't have a birthday gift for her, and I have 1 toy for her for Christmas.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
When I go online on Amazon, I'm like, toys for 1-year-old girls. It's nothing.
It's nothing
it's
crazy. Yeah,
no,
it is crap.
It's nothing. I'm like,
Yeah. I've been there, done that, done.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Not even worth it.
No, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I have some gifts for Aziel, and I think I'm going to be about done with him. And,
Hmm.
but yeah, you know, it's,
Yeah,
it's just a little difficult. So
it is. It is.
trying to
Yeah.
find her something. I don't know what to get her.
Well, and you don't want to get her something that's so small, then she's gonna put it in her mouth and do this and do that. Like nobody has time for that.
And
So,
some of the things I would have got her, I already got her. She already
yeah,
has. They're
yeah.
here and at her house for playing. So it's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't buy so much ahead of time.
Save some for Christmas and
and
birthday.
and then I give it to her, and she's playing with it here. So yeah,
Right,
so
right. Well,
you
that's
know,
okay. It's the gifts that keep on giving, right?
right,
So,
yeah. So
no problem. No problem.
but she's gonna be the big Uno. So she's cute as can be
Oh,
and sweet as can be.
I know. She looks like you.
You know
I've
what?
seen her. She
She has
really
these
looks like you.
she has these moments where she gets these looks, and you know who she looks like to me? My deceased sister Colette.
Yeah,
She's got the bigger eyes, and Colette had the bigger eyes,
the
and
bigger eyes. Yeah.
there's these looks she gets, and I was like, oh my God, that's like Colette.
Yeah. See?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's crazy, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I
And every
look
time
at
I
her,
say it,
sometimes
Brooke's
you
like, you need
post
to
her.
dig out pictures of Colette so I can
Oh,
see her. So
yes.
one day I will, but then I got to go
Yeah,
through. I just haven't done it, but one day I'll dig out and compare the expressions because it's kind of eerie.
it is, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
So
It is. It's crazy. The grandkids show a lot more of your siblings or like Oliver will show a lot more like my mom. Like he puts his both hands behind his back and
yeah.
he clamps them and then he just walks through the house. You know, my mother used to do that.
Oh, really?
She did. Yeah.
Yeah,
All and I'm
that's
like
funny.
she's my daughter's like, "Look." I said, "Oh my God, that's your grandmother." Your
Aw,
grandmother did that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
is
kind of
eerie.
neat. It's
It
a
is
little
eerie.
eerie. It's kind of
Yeah.
neat. Just certain expressions I'm like in they're brief, and I'm just like, oh my God, that was Colette, So
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
so it's kind of neat. So one of these days I'll
It
have to
is.
dig out a few pictures of Colette that I have put away, and
Yeah, and compare. That'd be neat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Good.
that was my week. I had some fun this week. I got that taken care of.
Good. Good. You got a
I
lot
thought
done actually. A lot more than what I would have done. That's for
I'm trying to
sure.
be a little bit ahead of schedule this year. So
Yeah.
I'm a tad
Good.
ahead. I've cut back. I'm only spending so much on each of my kids. I told them I was cutting back
Well, you
significantly.
got to have a budget. I mean, you can't buy them the
Yeah,
whole world, you know. You already
and
gave them the whole world.
right,
They
and
came out of you. That's
right,
it. That's what you
and
get.
then I have to shop for the babies. So now I'm adding two more people. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's got to stop. So it's going to this year. I'm
Well,
just
you
like,
have to. Yeah, you got to make a budget because if you don't have a budget, you can spend
well, I'm lowering the budget.
everything. Yeah.
I'm lowering the budget. Like, gosh, I don't know how many gifts I had for Aziel last year. He's gonna have like four, and she'll have like four, and then a couple for her
Mhm.
birthday, and that's it. So I'm done.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Later on when they get bigger, I mean, right now they're tiny, so later on when they get bigger, they'll want other things and different things. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
it's
know,
okay. Yeah, as they grow up. Yeah.
it's,
Yeah. What do
they
you
don't
got for
want for
us?
anything, so they're
Yeah,
fine.
no, they don't. Yeah. You get them everything that they need to. So, beside every your daughter and stuff like that, but I think it's mainly you, but that's what we're here for. That's why we're
Well,
grandparents. We
she
got to
shops for
spoil
them
them.
every week too. She's out and about.
Yeah.
If she buys him an outfit, she gets her an outfit. Kind of the
Yeah.
same with me. If I order him a couple things, I order her a couple things. So that's
Sure.
how we end up in the boat we're in.
Yes.
So yeah, it is
Yeah,
what it is. Could be
it
worse
is.
things in the world. So
Yeah.
this week I asked something you were scared of as an adult, something you are scared of as an adult that you weren't scared of as a child. And then Pascal told me I had to go first because I usually make her go
Yes,
first.
I know.
So here I am going first.
Just this time, forgive me.
Just this time. I
Yes,
told her this is the one and only time.
it is. I know.
This is
Putting
it.
me up against the wall. Up against the wall.
So the thing that probably scares me the most as an adult is, as a child, you kind of think you're invincible. So the thing that scares me the most as an adult is anything, God forbid, happening to my children or one of my grandbabies.
Yes,
That
that's true.
that is what scares me the most, is being an adult.
Yeah.
So while you made it through the childhood years, now you're putting them out there in this world, and things happen, and you just don't ever know, and you hear of it happening to other families. So I have quite the imagination sometimes. So that's what
Oh, I hear
scares
you.
me the most,
Yeah, I
is
hear you.
something happening to one of my children or the grandbabies.
Yeah. That is very scary.
It's out of my control. I can't,
No, it's
nothing.
definitely out of your control. Yeah, there's nothing you
So,
can do about it.
yeah. So, not trying to put any negative vibes out there or anything, but that is something that is more of a concern. As a child, you always think you're invincible. Heck, I thought I was invincible until I went flying out of that tree and landed on my elbow and shattered it. And I said, not so much.
Right.
That hurt.
Exactly. Exactly.
Didn't enjoy
Ouch.
that at all. Won't be doing that ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I was ever in
as a
the
kid,
ER.
you're free. You're a
Yeah,
free entity. You don't have too much to worry about. Your parents take care of you. Your only job is really to go to school and come back home. And then
yeah,
you play with your friends and you do kid stuff.
yeah,
So as a kid, yeah, you're probably gonna think you're invincible.
yeah,
But as an adult, you tend to build more fears as your experiences go on
yeah,
through your lifetime.
yeah.
So I guess I could say as an adult right now, my fear would be after I already lost a parent, my fear would be losing my other parent. Um, that's my biggest fear because I think it would just set me in a place where I feel alone in this world. So even though
It
I'm
is
not alone,
different. Yeah,
yeah,
well, it's different because
it is.
even though my father is an alcoholic and I didn't see him for many years until we got the call to take him off life support, and I remember just looking at him there, and I just thought, just how sad that you
Yeah.
you don't actually get to see your kids; they're here to unplug you, kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But he went, and it didn't affect me as I'm sure it did to some degree, but I wasn't sitting there boohooing for him.
Sure.
I felt nothing for him after everything he put me through and the family through. I didn't miss him. I didn't miss his abusive ways. It just you know
Yeah.
went on.
Yeah.
The thing that hit me was finding some old things from my childhood that I thought were lost forever.
Mm-hmm.
That he had in the storage unit. When my mom went, which will be 11 years in January. That was really different
Mm-hmm.
for me because my first thought was I'm an orphan. As
Yeah.
silly as that sounds, at our age, now she's been gone 11 years, so not this specific age, but 11 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
that was my first thought.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That
that's
those what's supposed to ground you to home, whatever that is, that's gone. You
yeah.
know, and I knew once I walked out of that hospital that was the last time I was ever going to see her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's something we all have to face.
It
But
is.
it was really an eye opener. So when people are talking about stuff, or patients are talking to me about families and stuff, the ones that I have relationships with, and like, well, I lost both of my parents, and because I look younger, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. How long ago? I'm like, oh, that's okay. My dad died when my son was 4 months old. Well, James is 28 now, so
Yeah.
I didn't feel much then for him, so I feel even less now. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
no, my mom, I think about it
Mm-hmm.
here and there, but I think about it less, and
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if it's time heals, but as time goes on, it's a fact of life, and time does go on, life does go on, and we're here to be there for our children and our grandbabies now, and that cycle of that goes on, and
Right.
you know, so But
Well,
it is
yeah,
different, especially in the very beginning. All
yeah,
those first, for that first year with no one, it's different.
right,
Now,
yeah.
it doesn't bother me like it did.
Back
I still
then,
think
yeah.
about it, but it's just different now.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, my mother's been gone almost going to be 3 years now, so I still think about her all the time, of course. Uh, like you said earlier, I think your imagination kind of tends to get the
Hmm.
better of you after a
Hmm.
while.
It does.
But now it's like, my father's here. I still feel like I have an ally. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And when that time comes that he's going to be gone, I probably have the same feelings as you were stating about being an orphan.
Yeah.
So, then, you just, even though you have your kids and you have,
It's
your
different.
grandbabies, it is different. It's a
It's
different
very
type of
different.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where more so now I find myself thinking of these things like back then when you're a kid, you're not going to think that your mom, you're not going to see your parents.
No, you
You're
don't
just,
think that. You,
no,
you,
you don't even have that thought that crosses that. I
no.
mean, as you get older, I think I started feeling that thought maybe in my 20s,
I didn't
but
in my 20s.
no, I
No,
did,
my
but
dad
not
went in
to,
my 20s, but
yeah.
my mom, I don't know. I just didn't like that for a
Yeah,
long
I
time.
think because in my experiences, I had like my grandmother passed away, and then like, you know, other people passed away in my family. So it's like it's just there
Yeah.
looming, it's just there looming in the back of my head. And it just kind of makes you think of life a lot more, like cherish life, take every moment as it is, and don't um, worry about the small things. Don't fight over things that are unnecessary, you know,
Well,
s-
you
stuff like
know.
that. But you can't help it. You're a human being. What are you gonna do?
Well, you're entitled to those
So,
feelings. It's so easy to sit here and say it, but sometimes you're dealt a hand of dealing with others in your family that
yeah,
that's just
yeah,
the way it's going to be.
yeah.
It's not the way
And
you
it
want it to
is.
be. You know.
No, and like you said earlier, sometimes that's going to be out of your control too as well. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So I think that's my biggest fear. I mean, I could say probably sit here and say I have a couple too, like the fear of dying, and not that I'm afraid to die, but the fear of me dying and leaving my child by herself. I think that's what I fear most of also,
Yeah, I
on
think
top
that's
of,
common.
yeah,
I think that's common because you
yeah.
won't be here to see what happens and stuff.
Well, and she doesn't have any siblings.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't have any siblings, so it's not like she's close to somebody else. Although I know her,
Well,
she has a great husband and he's always there for her.
yeah.
But like it's life, circle of
Yeah.
life.
Well, she's used to not having siblings too, so she's
She
not going to
is.
know any different either. So that's
Yeah.
kind of beneficial. Like for me, I had I have two siblings, and I used to tell Colette, "You can't die and leave me with this shit show."
Right.
And the joke is, well, she did. So, anyways,
Yeah.
that's not really a joke, but that's just
Right.
kind of a thing. So, um, and I knew where I was going to end up with Camille because she was like that when everyone was alive. So, you can't change people.
No.
Um, Camille is not a caring, warm person. I'm not even sure how the three of us were all related.
Yeah.
you know, um,
Sometimes it's bizarre like that, how it
she
works.
was the first. I don't know what happened.
She was the first. That's what happened.
and so, sad thing is I don't miss her or her family.
Hmm.
What does that tell you?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I went from having Colette to having no one.
Yeah.
So I had a sister and then I lost her, and that was difficult.
Yeah, I'm sure. I bet it is. It's all difficult all the way around.
It's
So,
yeah, for different reasons. For everybody,
yeah,
it's difficult.
absolutely. Yep.
you
Yeah.
know. So
Everybody has a degree that they have to deal with it at some point in time. So,
yeah, so
yeah.
yeah.
What did other people say?
Um, so other people said someone just said crying.
A fear of crying?
I guess they just said crying,
Hmm. Okay.
you know.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
So someone else said men.
Oh, something must have happened in their lifetime.
Well, when a man says to you, well, in today's technology and stuff, people use it. In my case, men use it to hit on, you know, me and my friends or whatever.
Sure.
They don't. That's kind of scary to me, is because they're playing the odds and they're not sincere. So to me, I get the sense that when she says men, for me, would be scared of an alcoholic, because I didn't have a choice as a child, but I do as an adult what I'm going to
Right.
tolerate. And I won't be making excuses for them.
Mm-hmm.
And um, because men do stuff like that, it creates a lot of suspicion and trust issues from the get go before anything ever
Mm.
happens.
Yeah, big time. I've dealt with that
So
too.
when men complain, it's like, then maybe you should get off Messenger.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's very
you
true.
know,
I mean, I've had to deal with that just on dating sites, period,
yeah,
that I, no longer attribute myself to because I can't do it. I can't.
yeah, it's too much work.
It's too much work. I just can't.
Um, yeah, I just, I've actually had the thought, is there anyone you can trust who will be sincere and reach out to you and be there for you and actually truly care about you?
That's so
Or
hard, isn't it?
are they behind your back on Messenger hoping to find the next best thing?
It was, it's so hard and it's so sad to say that.
It is.
It is so sad to say
And
that.
social media didn't make this happen. This has been
No,
going on for hundreds of
forever.
years,
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, it
So
just got worse with social
social
media.
media
That's all.
gave people more avenues for things. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone else posted pretty much everything. It's easy to be brave when you don't know how much can hurt you. Well, that's true. As a child, you think you're invincible. You don't realize the consequence of certain things that can happen.
Correct.
That it can take a life, or you could be paralyzed, or lose a
Right.
limb. You
Yeah.
just, you don't know.
Yeah, those
You're,
thoughts don't cross your head.
they never crossed mine.
No, not me either. I was too worried about doing my homework and playing with my friends or riding my bike than to
Right?
think of anything like that when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Someone wrote people. Well, I get that. People can be pretty scary.
Yeah, they sure can.
You know.
I've had pretty scary people in my life too. So
Right?
I get it.
Someone wrote death. They call me the Black Widow since I buried two men I was going to marry.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that can happen. I've heard that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My ex sister-in-law, her first two husbands passed away. And
Oh
we
my.
actually joked, is she like the Black Widow? Yeah. So,
Oh, see?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you don't ever know.
Maybe the third one is the winner. I don't know.
Third time's a charm.
Third time. Yeah, they say. That's what they say.
um, Someone else, scared to death of losing my children. Also scared of something happening to me and they are without me.
Uh-huh.
All five of my children have been through enough already. So, unfortunately, no matter what they've gone through, I have cables hanging everywhere. No matter what they've gone through, um, eventually one day they're going to lose us as parents,
Yes.
which is not a pleasant thought.
Mm-mm.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
well, yeah. What are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. You
yeah,
just give them the best life that they can now. since they've been through a lot already.
Well, you make those
Try to give them,
memories.
yeah,
Yeah,
make the
and you
good
just keep
memories, and
going forward.
that's it.
That's all you
That's
can
it.
do.
Yep.
Someone wrote swimming in the ocean. Well,
It
I don't
can be
know.
if you've never done it.
I would imagine.
Yeah, it can be. I think the ocean's my
Sharks are
friend.
just sea puppies. They're just big
Yeah.
sea puppies with teeth.
Yeah, you keep saying that. I don't believe you, but okay.
They are.
Yeah. Well, they don't have the face of puppies.
They do.
No, they don't. I don't think they do. I think they're
They're
scary.
charming in their own ways. They
Are
are. They're
they?
charming. They
Okay.
are.
Okay.
You just don't know how many you've been in the water with. That's the thing.
Well, of course. Yeah, of course not. I'm sure I've been in the water with plenty. Because I used to be in the water all the time when I was younger.
hmm
Anyway, we were at the beach all the time.
Yeah. Well,
So,
when I used to swim in the intercoastal, which you don't do now because you don't ever know what. But
right.
anyways, live and learn. But things would bump into me. You don't know what was bumping into
Yeah.
you. I'm just like, I
No,
wonder what
you
that
sure
was.
don't. Right. Well,
Baby
see, there
shark.
you
What
go.
was
You were younger. You were younger.
I
You
didn't
just like,
care.
okay.
And I kept swimming. If he wanted
Yeah.
me, he wouldn't have bumped into me. He would have just taken me then and there. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and when you
Well,
scuba dive and you are on the reef with them, you just mind your own business. They pretty much mind theirs. So,
yeah. Yeah, I've heard the only time they come and attack you is if you're, doing something you're not supposed to be doing. So,
well, they
um,
have lousy vision, so they don't see you
mhm.
like people. So they don't identify you as something different than
No.
food. They don't.
Right.
They don't have that mentality to do so. That's a human. I'll just keep going.
Right.
it's that's not how a shark thinks. So,
No, definitely not.
always be aware of what you're jumping into when you can't see and your
Mhm.
visibility's, practically zero. So, but yeah, so
Yeah.
that actually
Yeah.
happened to a guy in St. Pete. He thought there were dolphins by
Oh,
his dock, and he always wanted to swim with a dolphin. Well, who doesn't want to swim with a dolphin?
of
He jumped
course.
in. He jumped in. It was early morning, you know. He jumped in.
Okay.
It was sharks feeding,
Oh my
which
God.
is what the frenzy was.
Wow.
Yeah. So, when you want to jump in with what you think is a dolphin, a few little tips. First of all, don't do it. just don't. Especially when it's early morning and the sun's not quite out, but it's light or
Hmm.
dusk because they feed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, sharks swim like this and dolphins swim like this.
Yeah. There's two swimming. Yeah, they swim
They
totally
swim very
different.
different.
Yes.
The dorsal fins are also very different.
Yes.
And I believed he jumped in and didn't realize that some of them had colored tips, kind of blackish. So
Oh.
those are a little more of an aggressive shark. So
So did he get eaten?
he did. He
Mm.
did.
Well, it was feeding time.
It was feeding time, and he just thought dolphin, and he was wrong
Oh my gosh.
because he had, I don't know if his wife was there or the neighbor or something, but
Good
saw him go
Lord.
and jump in because, well, I mean,
Because
they
he
didn't
thought
come and
there
grab
was.
him out off the dock, and he'd always said he wanted to swim with dolphin. And I know for a fact, of living on the intercoastal, I didn't live at the open end of the canal. I lived at the closed end, so the dolphin never really came all the way down. So I was like, "Come on," because I wanted to swim with them, but I
Right.
knew they were dolphin.
Right. Right.
So
Well, if you
yeah,
weren't brought up like this person saying that they're scared of the ocean, I mean, if they weren't around the ocean as much as like you or I were
yeah.
at that time, I can understand why they would. Plus, the ocean, I mean, are you talking about by the sand ocean or are you really talking about like deep in the ocean? Because deep in the ocean, like it's like open water, completely
Well,
open water.
and
So,
there's a difference between oceans and too. So, like certain things live in the ocean that don't live in the Gulf of Mexico, which is what we have.
right. Yeah.
So, where are you swimming? And maybe,
Yeah. What part?
you know,
Yeah, definitely.
there's different
Definitely.
critters everywhere. So,
Yeah, there is.
So yeah. So, someone said growing older.
Yeah.
I think that's a fear for a lot of people in the sense that like right now, even at my age, I feel pretty strong and healthy. But,
Mhm.
that can change
Yeah,
any day.
definitely. Definitely. You and
Yeah.
you don't know when or how or what will
Ha-
change you.
Now, I
So,
have a friend who just had a mastectomy this last week.
mhm.
Now, she's younger than us, and she has a 14-year-old daughter, 14, 15.
Mhm.
And cancer killed her mother. So she's determined to win this. This poor girl, they found the cancer. They
Mhm.
went in and did surgery. They get the report back. They didn't get all the margins.
Oh no.
So they did another surgery. And the doctor's like, she's like, I want to get it done now. And he's like, no, I'm waiting for the final report to come back. I want to read it. I want to study it. I want to make sure I get it all this time.
Mhm.
Did he? No, he did not. So then they opted for the mastectomy.
Yeah.
Just one side because it was only on one side the cancer, and they
Mhm.
don't just let you amputate whether you want them both off or not
Mm.
because there's nothing wrong. Insurance is not going to pay for it, and I'm sure it's not cheap.
Right.
So she's just had her mastectomy this past Tuesday. I feel bad for her. It's emotional.
Mhm. It is. Yeah.
You look down and there's one now,
Yeah.
and you know it's not normal, and
Right.
and then you have cancer. You got to do chemo. You got to do all this. Poor girl's now 3 weeks behind in her treatment because of the. I kept saying to our mutual friend, I'm like, why is she going back to the same guy? But then you got to
Yeah.
start from ground zero. They have to die. You know what I'm saying? And it's,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, it's
know,
like you have to do the whole thing all
play
over
it all
again.
over again.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So that type of thing, because she's a healthy person, goes for her mammograms every year. A lot can change in 6 months. A lot can change in
Shh.
a year,
Yeah,
medically,
definitely.
clinically speaking. Yeah. So,
Definitely can. Yeah.
you know, her unknown, I'm sure, scares her. So as she's late 40s now, but nonetheless, she's still younger than us, and
Yeah.
she's going through this life-altering thing and worrying about being there for her daughter.
Yeah.
And she absolutely has to be terrified.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
While
sure.
she loves her husband and he's a good dad, he's not
It's
mom.
different for a mom. Yeah, it's
It is.
different for a mom.
It's different for a
Yeah.
mom. And so I guess the thing that scares me too, on top of anything happening to my children, is just I'm very fortunate that except for my middle sister Colette, I have good genetics. She's
Yeah.
the only one in the family that went through everything she went through her whole life.
Mhm.
Her whole life. No one else in the family has had anything she
Any
had.
other issues or problems? Yeah.
I mean, when she was born, the roof of her mouth was shaped funny, so she sounded funny. When she was 3, she had a one-time surgery to fix that, so she would sound normal. I
Mhm.
mean, that never happened to anyone in the family.
Okay.
I mean, she, had the kidney disease. She had epilepsy, a form of epilepsy as part of the kidney disease. She
Mhm.
was asthmatic. She was allergic to Benadryl. How many people do you know is allergic to Benadryl?
Oh, not very many. Yeah.
So
Wow.
she's allergic to iodine contrast. That's how they found out she was allergic to Benadryl.
Mhm.
So, I mean, she had everything and none of us have anything. So I'm fortunate in that area, but that does not mean that I am safe from anything. I do take pretty good care of myself. I'm making some more tweaks in my diet this week, I've decided.
Mhm.
So, yeah, because this last week I was just eating crap with all the things I attended and
Yeah,
participated in,
sure.
and I just, ugh. So today for like 7 to 8 hours, I was kind of doing a fast. It's not something I'm going to do on a regular basis. I just did not want to feel all that heavy food
Yeah,
that I had been eating
sometimes
all week. It just
I
kind of
know.
catches up to you and just drags you down. So when I
It
did eat
does.
tonight, it was a healthy, no salt, soda, homemade soup with chicken, ground chicken, organic chicken, and kale and stuff, and a
Mm,
side salad.
sounds good.
It is actually really good.
Yeah.
It has good flavor in other ways because you had the bay
Mhm.
leaves and stuff, and you just,
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
So it was good. So, that is the other thing is I control what I try. I can, you know,
Of course. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just you don't know what switch is going to flip in your system at any time. So,
No, you sure don't. You sure don't. Yeah,
you know,
because there could be one person that will do everything bad in their life, drinking and smoking and carrying on and drugs and what have you. And, they will live forever.
Forever.
Yeah. And then here's the person that basically does absolutely nothing, takes care of themselves. And like you said, one switch will go and that's it.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm fortunate in the genetic department, and I'm just working hard to keep it that way. So,
yeah. Yeah.
you know. And then someone wrote marriage. Well, yes.
Yes. Yes. I
That's all
wonder
I
how
got.
old they are.
Our age.
Our age?
Hmm.
Well, and yeah, I think I would be afraid of that too, to be honest, because
Well, they're married. They're married.
though they are married. Okay.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah. Well,
I
you
was
would be
gonna
afraid
say I
because you
would be
haven't
afraid.
shared your life completely with somebody like that. Yeah.
Correct. Yes. I haven't shared my life and I don't think I want to. And that's
Right.
selfish. I don't care, but I really don't
It's
think
not
I don't.
selfish. I think just at a certain age, you're just like, that time has come and gone.
Yeah. I just, if I can have, like I've always said before, if I can have somebody, a friend to call every once in a while when you need them and, that's it, I'm good with that. But I can't, it would be very, very difficult. It would have to take a special man to come into my life to be able to rearrange it.
Yeah. I,
Yeah.
I just think that when you hit certain things in the marriage, it's not like you're like this young girl
Right.
and you're kind of painted these pictures, or they're painted for you and they're in your brain, of this house with the white picket fence, and you have your
Mm,
dog and you have your kids.
yeah. And my
They
man
don't
on a
tell you.
white horse.
Yeah, they don't tell you all the work that goes into that white picket fence and house. So, and not that no one wants to do the work, but sometimes it's just too much work.
It is, yeah. Sometimes it is.
And
Even just
everyone,
dating on my end, just dating anybody on my end, it's a lot of work for me.
yeah,
I like it really is.
you
To
know,
be honest, it's too much sometimes,
yeah,
And plus you don't know that person wholly because you're not really living with that person on a daily basis. So you don't know their ins and outs and their little things, that they have um mentally,
yeah.
not them putting their clothes on the floor or their shoes on the, who freaking cares about that shit, but mentally what's happening up here. No, I know, I know. I mean, I'll care about that later in life if I need to, but
At this stage of the
I'm
game, it's
concerned in his
old,
head.
and well,
Yeah,
yeah, you add it all together though, it's one big picture.
it is. Yeah, yeah.
So you put the big things on the table, and then you add those little things that you don't think matter, and they're just like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Then you
It
start
does
fighting
that.
about the little stuff. Yeah,
Well, you're fighting about the big stuff, and you know, the little stuff just adds to it. So,
yeah, yeah,
you know, you're supposed to bring something to the table and help one another, support one another in every aspect. And when it's
yeah.
not reciprocated,
No, and that's what it is with me. If it's not reciprocated, it's not worth it to me because
yeah,
I could take care of it all by myself and be happy. So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So,
definitely.
I mean, is the underwear on the floor such a huge deal? No. But if you add that small thing to bigger things that may be going on, it's
It's
just
big. Yeah.
it again becomes that straw on the
Mm-hmm.
camel's back. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like between this and this, who needs any more?
Right, exactly.
Hit my limit of shit.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
so that was basically it. It was,
Okay.
it was,
Pretty much there's a lot of similarities, but then there's a lot of differences as well. Um, I think we're all afraid to die. We're all afraid to leave our loved ones behind.
are you truly afraid to die? Or are you afraid of how you think you may die?
Um, I
I
don't
mean,
think
at our
I'm,
age, none of us want to die, so
no, none of
we're
us
still
want to
young.
die.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm so afraid for myself than I am from others.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's like it's I don't know. If I die, it's okay, like for me, but what I'm afraid of is others,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Well, they know they're gonna have to go through it one day. I'm not saying it makes it easier, just try to make it
yeah.
easy on them. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
my
It's
goal is to
just
have everything in order.
yeah, definitely same here. I've been thinking about that a lot more, believe it or not,
Me
more
too.
so than anything else.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, I actually already have my uh what do they call it in the mausoleum? I already have my space in the mausoleum there. So
So wait a minute. We have to have a conversation. Why are you laughing?
you have to send me back here.
I was just gonna say, you mean I gotta box your ass up and ship you back to PA?
Yes, you're gonna have to. Well, I mean, if we end up going somewhere and I'm there, what's gonna happen? I mean, I have to
I'm
be
just gonna
brought
take you with
back.
me on the road.
Are you? Oh, okay.
Throw you in the passenger seat, strap you in with the blessing belt.
Weekend at Bernie's?
You right? Exactly. A little more
Oh
exotic
my
though where
God.
we're going, so it's
Exactly.
all
Yes.
good.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm down with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to bring me back here.
Yeah.
I'll go
You know,
anywhere.
that's the thing is we have some plots in off of Indian Rocks Road at Moss Feaster because of pioneering families in the area
Mm-hmm.
and money being donated to help start the Anona area from the family years and years
Mm-hmm.
ago. We have these plots. So I know where I can go if I want to go, but honestly, I just don't think I want to go.
Yeah.
Who's going to come visit me? Like I used to visit Colette when she passed.
Mm-hmm.
I visited her. How did it start off? I visited her quite frequently.
Yeah.
And then it went to holidays,
Yeah.
all the holidays. And then it went to like birthday and Christmas and maybe one or two other, depending on how I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been to visit her, I don't know how many years now. And I pass by her twice a day every day. And her kids don't live in the state anymore, so they're not visiting her. And her not ex-husband, her husband, her survival, her spouse, he moved a few hours away this last year, so
All
he's
right.
not visiting her. So you have all these. She's in a niche, so she's cremated in an urn in a niche in a wall,
Yeah.
and then he paid for his part too. So he has a matching urn he paid for. He it's engraved with his name and date of birth. What it says under her name, it says the male version under his name.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's missing is the end date for him.
Right.
And he paid to reopen the niche and to close it because you got to pay when you open and close it each time
Yes.
to put
Yeah.
him in there. So all that's been paid for. But the immediate family's no longer here. His mom's gone. His brothers, his one brother bought land where near where he lives. Matt did, and Andy still lives here, but I don't know if he's gonna stay or not. The other
Right.
brothers don't live that local. I mean, who's gonna go visit me
Yeah, I
through the
think about that
years?
sometimes too, but here's the thing. We are the type of human beings that need that some people, not everybody, but most of us, we need a place to go where our loved ones are who have crossed over. For me, the body is there, okay, because we embalm and she's in a mausoleum, so she's not cremated or anything, my mother,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not there.
Oh yeah, no, it's just the ashes. It's just the body.
Right.
It doesn't, you're not, she's gone. She's long gone. As the
Exactly.
process of dying started, she started disappearing then.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like Colette's ashes are in a niche because her kids were in high school when she passed. So Ted
Hmm.
wanted them to have a place to go talk to her and
Right.
see her.
Right.
Did she want to be in a niche? No, I don't believe so. But he felt the need. I mean, I don't think she said, "Don't put me in a niche." I don't
Right.
know what they discussed, but he felt the need to do that so that they would have a place. And they did. They went and took flowers for a long time and put
Sure.
pictures of them up. And I even put a picture of us up. I put it in a Ziploc baggie to protect it from weather, and I stuck it up on her niche and stuff. But, um, you know, I don't think.
So what would you want done?
I just want to be cremated.
And then do what
You
with your
can
ash?
dump me 4 miles offshore. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Set you free.
I mean, there's no reason to take up space on this planet anymore. I'm no longer taking up space.
Yeah.
You know, I just, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
eventually you stop going and talking and
you
seeing.
do. You do. You really do.
You do.
It's true.
And
It's
I
just a
think as I
fact.
drive by, I think I should stop and see her sometime. And I
Yeah.
never do. And it's
Yeah.
not that I don't think about her. I think about her all the time. And I
Well,
still can't believe she's gone and it's been 16 years. But,
yeah.
you know, she wouldn't want you coming and hanging out in the cemetery by her all the time either. She'd want you out doing things. She liked to do
Correct.
things and explore. So she wouldn't want me to keep coming and be like, woe was me, all the time.
Of
So,
course. Yeah.
you know, you're just, for me, it's taking up space that I don't need to be taking up.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes
You
sense to me
know,
too.
I mean, and some, it's like my mom, her ashes were divided among us, so we all had some. She didn't want that. She used to joke, just take my ashes and flush them down the toilet.
Oh, jeez.
But when she was leaving my dad, she was heading to San Francisco, her favorite
Hmm.
place. And um, and that's where she wanted to be. So
Hmm.
I took my portion of the ashes when I went there a year and a half ago, and I dumped her at Baker Beach, which is
Hmm.
by the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, well, she was happy there. That's where you took her to be happy.
Some blew in the wind, and then some went
Hmm.
in the sand, and she's where she wanted to be, and it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
My kids wouldn't have wanted to deal with it. I didn't want them to have to deal with it. They didn't want her ashes.
Right.
I'm getting older.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I
That's
felt
right.
like it was time to get rid of them. Now I still have some of Colette's ashes and a heart
Hmm.
urn. I don't really still feel like it's time to get rid of her yet.
Yeah.
But my mom, I felt like, it's time to take her. So
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you do. You get those feelings and you just have to just take her where her wishes were or whatever makes her happy and do that. And like you said, I mean, you'll get the feeling when it's time to do
yep,
whatever it
it's a
is.
feeling. Yep.
Yeah, whatever it is that you need to do for them, for you, for whomever, you'll know. You'll know.
Yeah.
It'll just
Yeah.
come and you'll
Well, it's
know.
just like with my mom. It was time. I knew it was
Hmm.
time. And I was going to California, so it just worked out. The timing of it worked out. And I thought, well, I'm out there. I need
Yeah.
to do this, and this is what she wanted, and it's time to let her go. And I had no
Hmm.
regrets doing it. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
No,
know,
that's good. That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
you
It's
know.
where she wanted to be.
It was because she was born in Indiana, and they would all go over to California and stuff, and
Hmm.
all those areas. And so, she liked it there a lot, and that's where she wanted to be. So that's where she was leaving, where she was heading when she left my father.
Yeah.
So
That's
I took my portion of her and put her where she wanted to be.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
my
what anyone
mother.
else is doing with her, but they should do the same.
Yeah, my mother always used to talk to me when about like, about death and when she dies, this is what she wants and so on. And to her it was very important that she was not to be buried underground. And she did not want to be burned. She did not want to be cremated. She wanted to be put in a mausoleum. She made it a thing as just like, Jesus was in, a cave, I guess. This is sort of
Hmm.
mausoleum thing for
Yeah.
him. And that's exactly how she wanted to go. And then she had made an outfit that she would pray in every Easter. It would come and she would wear it and she would pray. And she was a big advocate on that. And so she told me she wanted to be buried in that outfit. Um, and when it was time, I was like, okay, that's it. Like, that's what my mother wants. That's what I'm going
Yep.
to give her.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
My mother wanted to take the ashes and flush them down the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, don't, you know. So I did what I thought was honorable and what she wanted.
Yeah.
She did want to go to San Francisco. And,
Mhm.
she used to say, out of my three girls, you'll be the one to go and you'll be the one. I want you to do these things. And I did the things that
And
she
you
wanted
did.
to.
Yeah. See?
And my cousin Holly and I. And then my friend took me to the beach there to,
Isn't
you
that
know,
funny how life works? You see
hmm
that? Like
yeah,
it's like something that was meant to be,
yeah. That's
you
where she
know?
wanted to
Yeah.
be. So
Yeah.
that's what we did. So
Yeah. Well, good.
hauled her ass in the suitcase all the way out to California.
Yeah. Yeah, you made it and you got to see a bunch of neat stuff. So,
Yeah, so do
yeah.
the things she wanted me to do, and
Yeah.
then she got to be where she wanted to be in the end. So
There you go. That's all
yeah,
that
now
matters. Yeah.
no one has to deal with it.
Mhm.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
done.
That's it.
So
That is it.
yeah,
Yeah. All
how did
right.
we get on
Well,
that topic? Good
I
grief.
don't know. That's crazy, right? It just, well, we talk. What are you gonna do?
We do talk. This is how women's brains work. So for the
It
men who
is.
listen,
Yeah.
we have like 50 tracks, just zigzagging all over the place. And it's not really intentionally to drive you crazy, or maybe that is by design. I don't know, but
I don't know. Maybe it
here we
is.
are. Maybe it is.
Yeah, maybe it is. No, but
So
yeah. Well, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to say. So yeah, hey, why not? Why
you
not?
have some things to get working on for the new year.
I do.
Don't
What
ask
is?
that.
I know. I do.
I know that you
I
know
do.
better. I
I
know
know.
you know better.
I know. I
Just
do. I
don't.
have a lot of new things. I would like to do a lot of new things in the new year coming up. So hopefully I'll get everything that I need done and move about my business, explore, visit new
Not
things,
hopefully.
see new things.
I'm going to get these things done.
Okay, I'm going to get these things done. That's it.
Take out
They're
the
gonna
word
happen.
hopefully.
Yes,
That's a big open
they're
door that
gonna happen.
that's
Did you
right.
see the stuff I sent you about Italy?
Did. Well, did you receive my response on
I
Messenger?
did. Yes, I
I'm like, oh, you
did.
must have a crystal ball what we're going to look like in the future on our balcony.
Yes.
Judging everyone as they go by.
Yeah.
That will be our hobby with our morning
As we
tea.
drink our tea.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Some of those
Yeah.
places are really beautiful. They're really nice. They come into my
Mhm.
Facebook all the time.
Mhm.
Um, if you guys don't know that, Shar sent me these pages that have a bunch of different areas in Italy that have homes for sale and things like that. And they are absolutely amazing. Each and every one
Mhm.
of them is very unique in their own way.
Yeah.
And some of them need work, but for the most part, they are gorgeous. And what a
Yeah.
way to live! What a way to live!
Right. Well, it's
What a
like
way.
Iceland. No fast food.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. But I can't wait,
Yeah.
I can't wait. So we're gonna do it.
We got
It's
to
gonna
get to
happen. Yeah.
getting online and researching some
Get to
things
going.
together. Yeah.
Yeah. See, look, even the train is coming. I have a train that's over here, not too far from where I am. And every time around this time, the train stock comes by and said, toot toot, it's time to go.
It's
He's
time
coming
to
to get me.
go. Right.
Yes.
You
Well,
know, yeah,
it's
life is short. It's time to get moving.
it is, yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is the year to do it.
Yep.
Definitely coming up,
This is
this
the
is the
year.
year. Yeah.
So we got to pick
Well,
our dates and get going.
yes, we do. It's always been a pleasure. It's we didn't do it last night, but tonight is good too. Saturday night. What
Yep.
are we? 1:13 a.m. So, always looking forward to our end of the week date.
Yes.
Yes, so maybe next week it's getting closer to Christmas. We'll have to wear our Grinch outfits and get our podcast going with one of our Grinch outfits on. And you never know, I might surprise you. I might be all Grinched out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I no. I don't
Shut up.
know. I don't know.
You started petting your hair, and I started thinking green hair.
I know. I know. No, I'm keeping my hair, but I'll have a wig on.
Green
Yeah.
Grinches.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
But
so
yes, and thank you guys for listening as always. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any comments below, go ahead and leave them there, and Char will get back to you. Also, if there's something, topic or something that you guys would like us to talk about, also leave that down below, and Char will get back to you on that one too as well. And I will turn it over to you.
to me. Oh,
To
goodness.
you.
Okay. So you can find us on Spotify, Amazon, Samsung Podcast, Podcast Index, Listen Notes, Apple, Google, Pandora, TuneIn, iHeart, Deezer. We are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Patreon, and YouTube.
All right. You got it all.
I
Quick
did.
this time,
I
quick.
was quick. It was
You were, you
it
were.
was all right there.
Yes. Well, always a pleasure and looking forward
Yes.
to next week.
Yes, my dear. You have a wonderful rest of your night. Stay warm.
You too. I'm trying. I'm trying. Got to put the gloves on now. It's glove time now.
I do that at work, so I can
Yeah.
sympathize. So,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. You have a good
All
rest of
right.
your night.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.